Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Red Devils talk. We drew 2-2 to Everton at Goodison Park, our last game at Goodison Park at that, but it wasn't a very good game. We certainly did do our best to get back into the game, and perhaps we could have done more to win the game, but we certainly did not have the confidence the way Everton had confidence before the game even started. Amorim certainly does have his work cut out for him. There are so many times when he looks into the ground and he certainly is looking for answers, in my opinion. And he probably thinks to himself, how do these players perform a certain way in training? But when it is time for the game, they certainly look like children. They certainly don't know what to do. There's a lack of intensity. There's a lack of fight. We second to every ball. We are slow. We certainly are not making movements off the ball. We're not defending well enough. We are not moving well enough when we have the ball. We're certainly not tracking runners. We're refusing to track back when we are being countered. And we're not reacting fast enough when the ball is in the area of danger for us. We ain't clearing the ball either. So, what are we doing? What type of defense do we have if nobody wants to defend? I mean, you have the likes of De Ligt, who certainly is strong at the back, but at times even him fails to clear his lines. You look at the moment he kicked the ball straight back to Onana for a back pass, but it went for a goal kick. Onana could have come back or try and stop the ball from going for a goal for a corner, sorry, but he didn't. He just moved back with the ball and accepted that, oh, De Ligt made a bad pass and it's going to be a corner. That was disgraceful to see. There was a moment where Bruno Fernandes could win the ball in a 50-50, and he decided to pull out of the tackle and jump over the player and then decide to roll on the floor and try and get a free kick. Again, disgraceful. This is Man United's captain I'm talking about. The player who is supposed to be inspiring and leading the team forward in times of adversity. Like he did when we got the free kick, he scored and he put us on a path to recovery to try and get back into the game. And we did. Credit to us and credit to the players for fighting to get back into the game. But we could have just as easily lost it. The penalty, in my opinion, isn't a penalty. Ashley Young exaggerating, his dive in the box. Yes, Maguire had his hand on him. Yes, De Ligt was pulling his shirt. But the way he went down did not constitute for the impact that he was being given with the hand and the shirt being pulled. He certainly dived, and good decision by the referee, in my opinion, to not give the penalty. But on the other hand, it could have been given. He did give it if it wasn't for VAR to tell him to go to the monitor. He did give the penalty, and we could have potentially lost the game. And that in itself would have been, in my opinion, something that is not expected, but very, very disappointing considering we found ourselves back in the game at 2-2. So the team as a whole, for me, Amorim certainly is still trying to find who can do what in what role, who can perform it at a better ability than the other, and how does he find the best balance for the team to defend and attack and transition either or. It is difficult for Amorim to have his tactics set up, but know that if a player is not confident enough to do what he asked, they're not going to do it. They're not going to try and play that risky pass through the lines that might get intercepted because they don't have confidence in themselves to play that pass. They're not going to play a ball over the top for a Hoyland or a Xerxes or even a Garnacho, etc., to run in behind because they fear I'm going to misplace the pass, I'm going to lose the pass, it's going to be intercepted, etc. The fears that our team plays with does put us at a disadvantage. From the very beginning of the game, we second to every single ball. We lack a physical fight and a physical edge. We are too slow when we are trying to run. We are not tracking runners. We are defending so badly that at times we look like schoolboys. And that frustrates Amorim. It frustrates me watching the game. How did we get to a point where in my lifetime, and I'm sure in yours as well, this is the lowest Man United has ever been in my lifetime. We're still 15th. Could have been 16th if we didn't get that 1 point against Everton. It sounds like I'm talking about the relegation battle where the only thing that matters is getting a point. Trying to draw games to just crawl and stay above the relegation zone. I'm really, really disappointed in the way the team continues to disappoint Ruben Amorim because some of our players are not that bad. They just lack confidence. They just lack that clinical edge that we need in order to play at a higher level. And this is why Amorim needs to be backed fully. You can't just give him Patrick Dorgo and Aiden Heaven and expect, oh, that's all you need for now. He needed more players. And while we're on the Chido Obi topic, he played much better as a striker than Hoyland and Xerxes ever did. Now, Hoyland and Xerxes obviously scored goals. I get that. But that does not mean that Chido Obi is not a better striker, because the way he was trying to hold himself up and make a presence of himself, the way he received the ball, turned quickly and drived forward, yes, those decisions will come better. Yes, he will learn to make better decisions. But there was one moment that impressed me. He went up for the ball after it was kicked to him in the air. He won the ball in the air, flicked it onto Xerxes, and Xerxes had to play the ball then to Garnacho's feet. But he tried to play the fancier pass, play it through the gap, and Garnacho didn't read that, so he didn't make the run. Therefore, a misplaced pass. Again, not on the same wavelength. But that is the problem at Man United. The commentator even said it. The players are not on the same wavelength. They're doing their own things. The one player wants to run and the other one wants to play a 1-2. The one wants to play a 1-2 and the other one decides to go and hide behind the player because he wasn't expecting the ball. The team does not look together on the pitch. And whether they're in training together, it doesn't matter. They certainly are not together on the pitch. And we are lacking leaders. De Ligt was and is a leader, but he can only talk so much. Bruno's the captain, but in my opinion, doesn't do enough as a captain to motivate and to lead his team to go and to try and win the game. This game against Everton showed so many bad things, and I'm glad that it happened, because Amorim can see who are the ones he can trust, who are the ones that he cannot trust, and who are the ones that are not good enough to be at Man United. We know who they are. We can look at the likes of Dallo, look at the likes of Maguire, even Onana, in my opinion. I don't think he's good enough to be a Man United number one as a goalkeeper. Forget about how good he is with his feet. But as a goalkeeper, he lacks certain things that is needed to be a goalkeeper at the highest level, at the top of his game. So certainly we need to see changes. We need to see improvements. There needs to be things happening from now until the end of the season to prepare us to have a good summer window and then hit the ground running in the new season. I don't think we're going to win any trophies. I said I want us to win the Europa League, but I don't think that's going to happen based on how we play. I don't think we're going to finish in the top half of the table. We could be looking at just staying close to the relegation zone and finishing the season at that. I don't think we'll get relegated though. I fear to say that, but I don't think it will happen. No, I don't think we will perform to that bad of a point where we drop points and we find ourselves in the relegation zone. I don't think that's going to happen. But it's not impossible. We've been relegated before. We know this history of Man United that it has happened, and anything can change. But we move on. We take the point, and we have to just hope that things will change and Amorim will start playing the youngsters more, because the senior players are completely disappointing us. And me as a fan, I've already lost faith in so many of these players, and I think their time at United is done, and we just need to get to the end of the season so that we can sell them. But thank you for joining me in today's video. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and let me know in the comment section what you think of that performance against Everton and what could be coming next for Manchester United. Have a wonderful day further till we see each other again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.